Well, happy Monday once again, everyone. Bryan Devore, Devore Realty Group, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, California Properties with another Monday market moment. Yesterday was the first day of fall, so today we're going to talk about the market is falling, with fall in parentheses. We'll talk about what that means in just a moment, but first quotes. But first, let's talk about the latest stats. Right now, we have 5,074 homes for sale throughout San Diego County. It's an increase of 76. We've eclipsed the 5,000 home mark for the first time in quite a long time. Median list price 992.9, lower than the week before. Average days on market 47, one more day than the week before. Pending sales 2207, up a little bit, up 4 from last week with the median list price of 896, higher than the week before. No change in the average days on market 32. Months of inventory continues to go up 2.71, so it's been going up uh, pretty healthily, I would say, for the last few weeks. Again, take the number of homes for sale divided by the number of closed sales, and that's your months of inventory. So we'll see what the closed sales look like and how that affects it. Here's a chart showing total actives and total pendings. Blue line for total actives going up, pendings still kind of hovering around the same. Last week, we saw 802 homes come on the market, actually 23 fewer homes than the week before, a little bit surprising. Median list price 919.5, lower than the week before. New pendings 369, up 1. So we had more homes by 1 go pending last week and fewer homes come on the market. Median list price 899, higher than the week before. No change in the average days on market, 28. New pendings listed within the last week, 20. New pendings listed within the last 2 weeks, 132. So 5% of homes are selling in a week or less, 36% in 2 weeks or less. That 36% is a little higher than the week before. How many homes closed escrow last week? 343, 28 fewer than the week before, which is why months of inventory is going up. Median list price 879.9, lower than the week before. Median sales price 876,100. That's also lower than the week before. Average days on market 25, 3 fewer days than the ones that sold the week prior. The least expensive sale was $230,000. It was a 0-bedroom loft in San Diego. And the most expensive sale was in Del Mar, $15.5 million. So here's a chart showing new actives, new pendings, and new closed sales. Up until last week, we kept seeing more and more homes coming on the market week after week for 3 weeks in a row, while inventory was kind of demand was kind of bouncing around. Last week, we saw fewer homes come on the market and fewer homes closed. And then we see here the median list price and median sales price, lower than it has been in a little while, but that bounces around week after week depending on the mix of properties. Okay, here is the typical autumn market, and this is from the Stephen Thomas reports on housing. Since we're talking about fall and the market falling, typical autumn this time of year, supply decreases slightly, demand also decreases slightly, market time doesn't change much. This is a little different this year. Increase in inventory slightly, while demand is dropping, but market time is increasing. So let's talk about each of those items separately. Here are the active listings year over year, and you can see that our inventory trajectory is still going up. We have now crossed where we were in inventory from a couple of years ago. Still much lower inventory than we were before COVID, but we are at the highest point of inventory, almost at the highest point of inventory since COVID. Inventory continues to go up. Demand, however, continues to go down, following the same trajectories it normally does this time of year. So supply and demand, that means that the market is cooling and therefore market time is continuing to go up. You can see the trajectory right now of where we are. It's spiking quite a bit versus where we had been. We have homes are taking longer now to sell than they have in quite a long time. More options for people to take a look at. So when I say the market is falling, it is definitely cooling. And Stephen talks about a frosty autumn. So what that means for buyers, don't wait for prices to plunge before purchasing. Now is still a pretty good time because as interest rates come down, as they're expected to do, which they have been doing, we're going to see more demand. So you might have more competition for the homes that are out there. And for sellers, today's market requires a meticulous, cautious approach to pricing. You can no longer just put your home on the market and expect a ton of offers. You got to be very careful about your pricing to separate yourself out from the competition because the competition is growing. That's it for this week's Monday Market Moment. Don't forget to scan the QR code to check your home's value. Next week, we'll talk a little bit more about market time and dive into that a little bit further. But if you have any questions about this week's report, feel free to give me a call, send me an email. Be glad to help you out. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you next Monday in the next Monday Market Moment.
Thanks for watching Monday Market Moment with Bryan Devore. To request a transcript of this report, please send an email to Bryan@DevoreRealtyGroup.com.